Hey everybody, Dave Clark, aka the Pattern Guys. Hey, we're in the pattern shop for now. I'm gonna hopefully get you guys down to Foundry tomorrow. We'll see how things go. I'm definitely going, but like I said, I might have a club member with me. Last week he couldn't make it, so if he's gonna make it this week, probably take him down there. We'll see what goes on. If not, I definitely gotta get there Tuesday too, so we'll get some more pouring in. Okay. Just one real quick thing. Like I said, I don't want to get into machining too much here, but I'm actually machining my buddy Dean's stuff right now. So I just want to touch on it a little bit. I want to go into detail too much with it, but I'll show you what I got going here so far. Okay, so I'm on the Bridgeport here. On the Bridgeport there. Okay, so here's one of two pieces I got to machine for him. Okay. So what I did, I set this angle block up on the table. So this is perfect 90. It's a perfect 90 degrees right here. All right. We had already machined this face is machined. So use this regular clamp. Well, got to use C clamps. Don't use wood clamps. They're not strong enough. Okay. So what I got to do is I got to surface this off, make it flat, and then what I got to do, I got to bore this hole out. Okay, and I got to bore it out to, it says right here, 4 inches, 130 thousandths. Okay, so what I'm going to do here real quick is this is a center finder here. Okay, so I'll get this up here. Let me somebody's coming at my door here. Let me I'll be right back. Okay guys, sorry about that. I had to go answer the door. My grandson was here. So alright, so what we're doing, like I said, I'm just going to show you some basic stuff real quick here, and I'm not going to get into it too much, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll get up to the foundry. I got to pour some aluminum. Alright, so what I'm doing here is this is going to be it's got to have some accuracy but not, you know. So what I'm going to do is I got to get the center of this hole. Okay, so I got my center finder in here. It's called a wiggler center finder. See how that's wiggling? You can take your finger. I don't do that because you can get yourself. Alright, so you see how alright, now that's perfect. They're running perfectly through right now. Okay, so I'm just going to run the table back and forth here and get it, you know, basically make sure I'm on that center here. Okay. Oops. Alright, so I'm there. Okay, now next what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get, like I said, this, you know, this surface is machined back here. Okay, so I got this on this block. Alright, so from here to here is not a real definitive dimension. As long as I got two of these, they just have to be the same. Okay, so like I said, he didn't give me any drawings to this or anything, so I'm kind of winging a lot of it. Alright, so here I got roughly, you can't see it, here's my backwards ruler. Okay, so 3 3/4, so half of 3 3/4 is 1 7/8 inches. Right, so what I'm gonna do, there's two ways I can do this. I got my readouts here. You know, we can zero these out, zero them out. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that. What did I say? 1 7/8 inches. So we got 1 875, and that should be it right there. Okay, and that gives me my center. Okay, and just for giggles, we'll you know, with the ruler, check it out, you know. So yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I actually have to surface this next. Alright, but I wanted to set up my center first because it had, you know, this parting on here, and like I said, that's, you know, good enough for a reference point. Okay, so what I'm going to do is my X and Y. Okay, so Y, my Y is in and out, X is back and forth. Alright, so I'm where I gotta be, so I want to zero both of these out. Alright, so they're zeroed out, so next step I'm going to do, I'm going to put a face mill in here, mill this off, and then I'll bring this back to 0, 0. Everything will be zeroed out, okay? My Z I don't have hooked up yet. That's the knee down here, okay? That's the knee. So after I get this surface, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this boring head in. And like I said, I'm not going to get too much into this stuff yet, alright? It's that's another whole other lesson. But I mean, this will get this hole, you know, within a thousandths or two. Okay, now real quick too, like I said, I don't want to get into this stuff too much, but here's a couple things real quick. This is what's called the ram, okay, this part here, and it's actually on a rack gear down here, so you can move this in and out. This is the head. All right, so you can move the head in and out by the ram, okay? There's 2 bolts, and all these bolts are all the same. All these bolts here, this tilts the head, this one moves it back and forth, okay? And then you always just jam your 3/4 wrench here, just keep it there all the time, right? So you just unbolt these 2, and you just move this lever in and out, okay? And that's where I'm at right now, okay? So that's as far as I'm going to take you guys today. Like I said, it's not going to be a big deal. I'll show you these once they're machined. I don't want to get into it too much. Just wanted to show you this, you know, basic thing. So so what we'll do is try, like I said, hopefully tomorrow we'll get you down to the foundry, pour some aluminum. Okay, I got to do train signals. I got the train signal all set up to do. I had to make a little change on the equipment. I had 2 on, and I just couldn't get a good mold because there's too much detail on the 2. I kept on busting the mold, so I just ended up, you know, putting 1 on a board, and I tried a mold the other day. It came out pretty good, so it's just gonna, I'm gonna have to make twice the amount of molds, but until we get that molding machine, you know, I'm just gonna run it this way for now. So I'll see you guys tomorrow down at the foundry. All right. Hey everybody, it's a different day here now. I promised I'd get you up to the foundry. I did go up there yesterday. I didn't take the camera because we actually had I was telling you before, one of the train club members was going to go up with me. So I really don't know the guy that well, you know, so I wasn't sure, you know, if he'd like the filming, you know, I don't know if he wanted to be on YouTube. So I just went up there without him. We kind of had a bad day up there. We're making the, trying to make those signals, get those going. So I couldn't get a good mold on those a few weeks ago. I had 2 on, so what I decided to do was I ended up just, I was thinking just by doing them by hand, I'm not able to get the mold off all that too good. So what I did was I ended up taking one of the patterns off and cutting the board down and making a 1 on. So I actually sampled it last week. I was up there. I had to pour some bronze. So just for giggles, I sampled it because, you know, just in case he was coming, I figured, hey, I could, I'll sample and make sure I get a good mold because I didn't want to invite him up there and just not, you know, just have a bad day. So yeah, that one came out. And when we went up there yesterday, I made like 5 molds. We couldn't get a good mold. So I think I'm having some sand issues. Like I said, it's one of the things, what happens is there's a lot of things that affect, you know, the foundry work. So I think it's just real humid up here. So I think the humidity is affecting the sand. The sand's not sticking together too well. So all this week, like I said, I got to get on those cylinders. I'm be working on the cylinders this week. So I'll get with you with that. And I started working on Dean's parts for his bandsaw. I really don't want to get into machining and that, but I'm going to show you little bits and pieces of that. I'll show you something I got going here right now. This is another way you set up stuff. This is, you know, we use the angle block here. What I'm doing here is this has to go over nut basically. So I'm using this right here. This is called a boring head. And this you can It's got a micrometer on it, so you can make this move within a thousandth of an inch, you know. So when I bore this hole out or finish boring it, you know, I can get this within a, you know, couple thousandths, like, you know, a hair thickness. Okay, and then over here real quick I'll show you what we did. Oh, here's those nuts. Okay, so here's that big thread that we got in those nuts. I got to clean these things up and get them out to my customer there. So I got those going. So here yesterday I got to get a bunch of these going. So these are those flasks that I'm doing. Okay, so there's a set aside 20-inch. These will be the sides. Poured it. Here's the gating on there. I got to cut the gating off of these yet. So we made these yesterday. There's that. Here's, you know, with the gating cut off. All right, that's what those things look like. All right, so we made a couple sets of these yesterday. I know these are going good, so I got to make a whole bunch of those. Last week when I was pouring bronze, these are those little motorcycle parts I'm making here. So I got just sampled one of those. I got a, you can see how they got got the flashing on them all the way around there. Okay, so I got to get the flashing off. I got to grind the flashing off for those. So anyhow, what I'm gonna do is I actually have to go up to a foundry today. I'm still working on that deal with those guys. You know, a new customer. So I got to go head out to a foundry right now, basically, and see if we can strike a deal with those guys, get some castings made there. And then from there, like I said, all week this week, I'm going to be working on the cylinder, so we'll do lots of filming there. I'm going to try to get up to the foundry. However, it's Monday today. Tomorrow, you know, I can only go up to the foundry Tuesdays, Thursdays. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 92, so I don't know if I'm going to be going up there. I do have to go up there because I got a set of acetylene tanks up there, and Blaine gave me a buzz over the weekend. He's doing really well on the molding machine, but there's a pin that's stuck in the table we got to get out. So he thinks if we heat it up, and we can get it out that way. So I let Dean borrow my tanks a few years ago, and I figured I barely have any room here, so we just kept them up there. So I gotta go get those tomorrow. Then possibly Thursday. I know you guys like the foundry, so we'll try to get up to the foundry as quick as we can and get some stuff going. Like I keep on saying, I got a ton of stuff to do. So, and then I got a ton of you know, I got the train stuff to do. I gotta, you know, I want to start making those flasks, get those done. You know, a few other things. So anyhow, it's gonna be a short one today. Sorry about that, and sorry I didn't get you up to the foundry. I'll try to get you up to the foundry as quick as we can, because like I said, I know you guys like that stuff. I'll keep the camera on this week with the cylinders and show you some. It's going to be interesting. I got to start working on the core sticks, so it's going to be really interesting doing the core sticks. So anyhow, everybody out there that haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you would. We're at, this morning I looked, we're at 99. It would be cool if I could get over 100. I actually like to get up to 1,000, but whatever you guys can do, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. I really would. Push the like button, and if you already have, I appreciate it. And I said I want to keep this stuff going, see if we can get some info out to you guys. So everybody have a good one out there, and stay safe, all right?